LMPD officer Nicholas Wilts is in critical condition, and the police foundation says his lungs are worsening. The officer, who ran to help stop the shooting at Old National Bank, top of mind today in the Highview neighborhood, where a car show is being held in his honor. Connor Steffen takes us there.
Now, today's event here is the perfect example of the car community coming together to wrap its arms around the law enforcement community.
We walked over there and we said, let's do this. Like, this is something that has to happen, and if you guys need a location to do it, you have one.
In the strip mall outside of WHAS11, the community showed up in droves. We're told more than 700 attended, from your typical car novice to car expert, all with the same goal.
We're out here today to support the injured officer that was injured in the shooting a couple of weeks ago. And when I got word that they were having the event over here, I knew I had to come over and participate and support.
No word yet on how much people raised in donations for Officer Wilts and his family, but we do know about 200 people worked to make the event possible.
I hope that he knows everybody supports him and loves him, and everybody. There's a great turnout today. We weren't expecting this, but there's every parking lot's full around here. He has all the support in the world, all the love in the world, and everybody's pulling for him. Hope he gets better.
The show featured a $5 entry. Judges awarded cars prizes based on how they fared against competition. Amid all the fun, a purpose of supporting one of our city's fighting heroes. In Louisville, Connor Steffen, WHAS11 on your side.
New tonight, we're learning a 17-year-old was killed after a 4-car pileup late last night in the Newburgh neighborhood. Police say the driver responsible was 4 times over the legal blood alcohol limit. And LMPD says just before midnight, they responded to the crash at the intersection of Shepherdsville Road and Newburgh Road. LMPD says Ernesto Ocampo was driving his car towards Newburgh Road when he crashed into the back of a stopped car at a red light, piling into 2 other cars also waiting at the red light. Mohammed Hussein was in the back seat of the car Ocampo hit and was transported to the hospital, where he later died of his injuries. 3 other people were also transported and are expected to survive. Ocampo has been charged with murder, driving under the influence, and wanton endangerment. Meanwhile, police in Columbia, Kentucky are investigating after a car crashed into a school bus full of children overnight. Police say they responded to the crash on Jamestown Street just after 1 this morning. They say Margaret Moran was traveling east when she crossed the center line coming up a hill. Moran hit the school bus head-on, which was transporting 18 Adair students and 5 adults, including the bus driver, Richard Redman. Redman and Moran were transported to the hospital while the others were treated at the scene. Police say they're testing to see if alcohol or other substances played a role in this crash. In Louisville, a man is dead after a shooting this morning in the Park Duval neighborhood. Police responded to reports of a person down on Cypress Street near West Gulbert Avenue at about 8 this morning. When officers arrived, they found a man who had been shot and killed. Police say they are still actively investigating, and anyone with information is encouraged to call the anonymous tip line. That's 574-LMPD. The Louisville police officer who shot and killed Breonna Taylor in 2020 is back in law enforcement. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office confirming with us they've hired Miles Cosgrove. Cosgrove was fired from LMPD in January of 2021 for violating use of force procedures and failing to use a body camera during the raid on Taylor's apartment. Cosgrove was one of 3 officers who fired their weapons during the raid, and he alone fired 16 times. Despite his termination, Cosgrove has not faced any criminal charges related to the killing. Carroll County's Chief Deputy Robert Miller points to this fact as a reason for hiring the now deputy.
We looked at the fact that the U.S. Attorney General has stated there was no evidence that he had any involvement in the preparation of the search, and the Kentucky Law Enforcement Council determined not to initiate a hearing to revoke his police certification.
A protest in Carroll County has already been planned for Monday in response to his hiring. And cleanup is finally over after hundreds of thousands of people descended on Louisville's waterfront for Thunder Over Louisville. Crews worked through the night to clean up and tear down from the festival, finishing a little early today. The 2nd Street Bridge even opened back up almost an hour before it was scheduled to.